Peace family, it's your girl, it's your oracle, Camson, and you already know what it is. I gotta do it. I've been holding this in. I've been dimming my light. I'm finna let this shit out. This little light of mine, this motherfucker ain't little. And I'm finna let it shine. You feel me? I just wanted to bring out some vibes and make you smile, make you laugh a little bit, because I know this thing called spiritual awakening can be tough. Yes, my mouth is foul, but my heart is sweet. But we're doing the shadow work webinar coming up, right? And we always bring you with a free and give you a lot of good stuff. And then we come back with another one behind that and go deep. So if you didn't know, you need to be definitely checking out the website, because we're going deep. And I wanted to start off by saying that because part of my shadow self is dimming my light. I was taught to dim my light. I was taught not to stand out. Don't spoke unless spoken to. Stay out of grown folks' business. As a kid, I was empathic. And so I could feel trouble when it was coming. And I would do things that was considered out of a child's place, stay in a child's place. And so when you start healing, that stuff started coming to the surface. And I realized, you know what? I dim my light, and not only am I still dimming my light, but I minimize the miraculous things that happen to me, and I don't talk about them. So let's talk about it. Today is Friday, and this is what I have deemed to be my day. This is one of my days, Goddess Day. Every day is my day. So I want to share something with you all about an astral healing. Yes, I had surgery in the astral realm. I know it sounds mystical, but it happened, and I want to get into it. So I have been having very heavy menstrual bleeding, very painful. I had tried so many different things and nothing was working. And so my OBGYN said, let's do some tests and let's just see. Let's see if it's fibroids, or let's check for cancer, cervical uterine cancer. I'm just going to screen you for everything, and let's just see what we can figure out. And in the process of this happening, there was like weeks in between the initial appointment and the upcoming appointments. And so within those weeks in between, I really started pressing in with Lilith. I really started pressing in with Isis, and it wasn't coming out of a place of desperation. I need, I'm afraid. It was more of a place of, I walk through the valleys of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, and it was like Lilith and Isis was with me. And it was crazy because it was something intuitively that I felt. No one told me to do this or taught me this. This was just listening to my intuition, allowing my womb to be my guide. A lot of people, it's popular and trendy to wear an ankh, but a lot of people don't really know what that means when you allow that to be active in your life. And so I allowed the energy of the ankh to just be active in my life and connect me with intuition. And intuition said, take this to the goddesses that you work with. I'm like, I really don't know them. I'm new. I was a Christian for so long, and then I was Hebrew Israelite. Like, I'm just a soul down here trying to figure it out, and I'm trying to find the truth of what is my highest resonance. I'm not really sure. I don't know where to start. And the most simple place to start is always your authenticity and your genuineness and being sincere when you are connecting with these divine energies. And so I just began communicating with them. Like, I have some things going on. And, Lilith, like, you're all about power and liberation. And you move in that primal feminine energy. I need you. You inside of me was said to be sinful, and not even just, you was suppressed, And if I wanted to act too liberated, I had to suppress that. And for a long time, I was disconnected from you. So Lilith, I'm seeking to walk in my power. Okay. And then I said, Isis, the mother of infinite names. You are the great healer. You are the magician of all magicians, the high priestess of all high priestesses. Like, you are her. And you came into my life And I don't believe that you came into my life for no reason. This is going on. I need you to show me the way. So I ordered some herbs from Dr. Arlene Bay website. And you always want to, when you're walking the path of sovereignty, you have to make decisions and you want to do things that you feel will be for your benefit. And so that's what I did. I started drinking the tantric tea that they have. You know, when you're coming into spirituality, you can't just do the magic. You got to do the practical stuff too. You got to eat right, taking care of my temple. I've always treated my body really well. Not always, but for a very long time, I have a reputation of being someone who does take care of themselves and make sacrifices and detox and all that good stuff. Y'all see me. I be on here all broke out and stuff sometimes. I be like, excuse the huge ass bumps, I'm detoxing, you know. So I felt like my body had been prepared to go through whatever I was about to go through. So I wasn't looking at it like, come and save me. It was just like, okay, walk with me through this. How can I transmute this situation and bring something beautiful from this for other people? So one night I had a dream, and this was the very first dream that I had. And I went to a yoni rejuvenation clinic in East India. And everybody there was, you know, their language, their accent was so strong. And so I had to say, excuse me. I didn't quite understand what they were saying. And when she told me that I was at a yoni rejuvenation clinic, I ended up talking to one of the young ladies that was there in the seat right beside me. And they would do yoni steaming, yoni eggs. They had so many different ways and remedies of healing and stuff there. And so they, you know, were getting ready to come to me next. But the young lady next to me was crying and upset. And she was being prepared for a husband that was chosen for her when she was a child. And she was really nervous and upset, and she didn't really want to do it. And I'm not going to really get into the conversation that we had right now, because this is not about that. But that was the very first experience that I had where some healing was being done on the astral level. And when I woke up from it, I was like, oh my goodness, I just went and got some pussy rejuvenation. And I don't know what the hell is happening. And I didn't even equate it to me talking to Lilith and talking to Isis. It didn't even cross my mind. So maybe 2 weeks later, they were like, okay, it's time for you to come in. You got 3 appointments back to back to get everything done. It's going to be painful. So take some ibuprofen or something before you come, you know. And I don't know, something inside of me said, reschedule it. So I rescheduled it. In the process of all of this happening, about 3 or 4 days after rescheduling, I had another dream. And in this dream, this lady with short hair came to me. She came in my bedroom. And she says, I see that you're having really heavy bleeding. I said, yes. She said, I'm going to need some of your blood so that I can see what's going on. And I'll be back with a diagnosis, and I'll bring back some remedies. And she, you know, she didn't feel like a OBGYN, you know, she felt like a high priestess. She felt like a shaman, and that was the energy that she brought. And even though I didn't know who this woman was, I can see her face now. I just trusted her. Intuition said, trust her. So I was like, okay, I'll give you some of my blood. She was like, and we're going to get you better. So, and it was funny because she told me, I know your husband, you know. She was like, yeah, I know Ernest. And I was like, oh, okay. That's what made me be like, oh, okay, come on in, you know. So I was like, I trust her. She know Ernest. Cool. I woke up, told Ernest about the dream. He was like, wow, babe, that's amazing. And in the process of all of this, I'm still having symptoms and pain and weakness and fatigue, and just so much was happening, and I was so concerned. And then I stumbled across information about cervical cancer in Africa. Did y'all see that video that I did on Mother's Day of 2020? The week of Mother's Day 2020. And I broke down the whole thing, and I even connected it all the way back to Mother Earth, and the way that she has been raped and pillaged and diseased because of the things that humanity has done, being irresponsible with her and not treating her sacred. It was a really dope video. If you didn't see it, you might want to go find it and watch that. So I was a little sensitive about this topic. I felt like this was a spiritual attack. And in the process of this happening, like 3 women that are close to me having similar issues, and 2 of them had to have hysterectomies, and the other was going back for more tests. And I was like, this cannot be coincidental. the trauma is manifesting itself in our womb space, and we cannot ignore this. This is a huge shadow. We cannot ignore this. And so I just began being devoted to my healing and myself, you know. And so about maybe 10 to 12 days after that dream, I have another dream. And in this dream, Isis showed up, and she had a white anaconda around her neck. And I knew it was Isis immediately. I knew. And I was standing in this space. She had taken me to a dimension where it looked like a Japanese water garden. And it had these lotuses and these lilacs and just beautiful plants and flowers and water and bridges and crystals, huge crystals, like that you would walk on and get into the water. The most beautiful place I've ever seen, and it really felt like home for me. And when I meditate, my inner sanctuary looks very similar. So this felt like a home planet or home dimension. And I had on all white. She had on all white. This was before I even knew that wearing all white can be very, very ritualistic for any type of healing ceremonies. I didn't know. I had not really studied the power of the color white and its connections. And so she says to me, follow me. And we walked across the bridge. And I'm just so intrigued by her energy and how her and this serpent moved as one. And it just really intrigued me. And I've always been intrigued by snakes. I have high level of respect. I won't say fear, but a high level of respect for snakes, you know. And so I was just so intrigued by the whole ambiance of the situation. I followed her across the bridge. We enter into what kind of like this building or whatever, like this dome building. And we walk in, and there's this lady sitting there with a computer in front of her. And I was a little shocked because I'm like, I was lucid, you know, so I'm like, I'm in the astral dimension. I just seen this beautiful ass shit that don't exist on planet Earth, not where I am right now. And she got a computer. I was like, okay, no judgment, you know, no judgment. Okay, cool. That's not what I expected. Maybe I was expecting some huge projector that looked like it came straight out of Lemuria or Atlantis. But okay, no judgment, because that's part of my shadow aspect, and I'm healing that. It was the lady, when I peeped over the computer screen, it was the same lady with the short hair that came to me weeks before and told me she was going to need some blood so that she could run some tests. Y'all, I can't make this up. And I know a lot of y'all that follow me are extremely intuitive and psychic and empathic. So if I was, y'all would definitely call me out on it, you know? And she says, you know, I'm like, I don't have enough money to pay for this. Not right now. I'm in the process of manifesting my birthright of abundance. I'm not there yet. And she said, no, sweetie, you don't pay for this with that kind of money. And she turned the computer screen around and she said, you see this Remnants Gathering? You see all of these people that you have helped under here? She said, that's what covered this. Blew me away. I started crying. I said, oh my gosh, you mean to tell me all of the people that I helped that I don't talk about, and I don't make these huge advertisements to run on Instagram, and I'm like the oracle, and I'm it, and you need to go to my website and work with me, and you mean to tell me little old me, that dim my light, this is being accounted for? Like I'm actually getting credit for the things that I do? She's like, yeah. And because you do it in secret, it carries a lot more weight, you know? She's like, honey, you worth the wait and go. And I was just so, I just cried. I just cried. And when I woke up from that dream, I said, I'm going to my appointment and everything's going to be fine. So I went to the appointment. Of course, I'm still nervous. It was extremely uncomfortable for you men that maybe listen to this. Us, we go through so much. Like if you can't respect the woman from anything else, respect her because of the path that she chose to incarnate as a woman and to have to go through what we go through. Like real talk. Can I talk to my God man right now? Real talk. If you can't find any other reason to respect a woman, your mother, whoever, respect her because of the path that she chose to be a woman here on this planet. Let me digress from that. But it will benefit you to do that because you are healing karma as well for the part that you played in the patriarchy and the system of that has suppressed women incarnates and the divine feminine energy. Okay. That's a whole other video topic. But I had to put that little quick thing in there. Because I want to help my brothers to come out of the detriment and the arrested development that they have been in for generations. So the appointment is over. Weeks go by. When you're going through your own healing process and trusting the universe and whatever spiritual work you're doing to assist you and be supportive in that, you got to hold on to the vibration of whatever it is that you initially asked for, that you initially aligned to receive. It's not just about asking. It's about getting in alignment so that you can actually receive what you asked for. So you just want to pay attention to yourself, how you're thinking, you know what I'm saying, and make the adjustments. Just live very lucid as you are going through any process of healing anything. So I'm sitting there and, I'm like, okay, I'm about to get these results now, and the doctor looks at me and he says to me, everything was perfectly normal. And I just, thank you. Like, I am in deep appreciation. Thank you. And he was like, no, don't thank me. He's like, whatever you're doing and whatever you did, I was very concerned. I'm thinking to myself, I'm thanking my goddesses, but, thank you. I appreciate you too. And he was just like, I'm going to be honest with you. I was pretty sure that we were going to find something, because it's very common with Black women more than any other race woman. And trust me, I have examined many women. I've lost count, but Black women, there are some things that I noticed that only happens to my beautiful sisters. And I looked at him, and to me, that was confirmation to me that this journey was an experience for me to share, because so many Black women are struggling and suffering with fibroids, having to get hysterectomies, miscarriages, can't get pregnant, painful periods, so much. And so the trauma that has been passed down generationally is purging itself within us now. Even the planet is healing the womb trauma. And so that's why we see a lot of the things that's happening. But in this moment, I knew that my light is bright. And if somebody needs me to dim it to be around me, they don't need to be around me. And I'm going to share this story. So this big ass light of mine, I had to let it shine. You feel me? And this is it, y'all. Like, man, yeah, I can't even express how grateful I am. And yes, I've been doing videos and classes and lectures and readings and going through all of these things. And you just never know what people are going through, But this is what I was going through, one of my many challenges. And I came out on top. And I hope that I have inspired, motivated, and that I have given someone hope for whatever it is that you are dealing with. Have hope. Invest in yourself. Believe in yourself. Love yourself. Embrace yourself. All of you. And this is a work that you will do every single day. This is not a thing that's going to be overnight, and you will not arrive tomorrow. But the sooner you start, the sooner you heal. So, Lilith, Isis, this is for you. Thank you. I'm in deep appreciation. And if you all have been feeling a connection and you're just like, I don't really know, I came from Christianity and I'm not allowed to study these things and apply them. It's sinful. Like, sometimes we're still feeling that stuff on a subconscious level. It may not even be conscious, but in your subconscious programming, that may be something that's stopping you from doing something you feel you should do. And if I were to listen to that judgmental, critical voice that made me feel like I was worthless, good for nothing, filthy as dirty rags, and need to be on my knees groveling to somebody to come and save me, if I would have listened to that, I would not have done anything that I did, and I probably would not have received healing. They did surgery on me in the astral dimension and healed me. And I know I know without a shadow of a doubt that that test would have been positive for cancer if I had not taken those steps. I know. I feel it in my womb and in my heart. I know. So I'm sharing this with you. I am not a doctor. I am not telling you not to go to the doctor. As you can see, I go to the doctor. But what I am saying is that miracles happen. Magic happens every single day. It is around us. It is in us. It just needs to move through us. Allow your magic to move through you. And whatever it is of your highest resonance that you are doing for your healing, be devoted and committed and invested in yourself. May your third eye